guys. So most of you have met me. I am Eric's wife, Allie. And for those of you who haven't, I look forward to meeting you someday soon. Eric just asked me to talk a little bit about my friend Brianna and how I met her and what she's like, and just a little bit about our friendship because it's pretty unique. So I met Brianna when I was just going into high school, so we were both put into the same small group at church when we were freshman girls, and I just remember her being so loud and rambunctious, and I think she hugged me when she first met me, and she was always hugging everybody and laughing really loud, and she was just very extroverted. If you know what an extrovert is, it's somebody who really gets their energy from being around other people. So she's just the life of the party. And as a freshman myself, I was just the complete opposite. I was very quiet. I was very shy. I didn't know anybody at the church yet, and so I really just wanted to kind of sit in the corner and observe, and I definitely was not the life of the party. Just really quiet. So we were total polar opposites. And I really liked her. I knew that she was nice and fun and a good person, but I didn't really know that we would become very good friends. I didn't think that she would want to spend time with somebody like me because I was so different from her. So my initial impression of her was that, oh my goodness, like she's a little overwhelming, to be honest. And I felt almost a little uncomfortable because I didn't know if she was going to scream and run over and hug me, or if she was going to even remember me the next week. But we ended up being in the same small group at church for 4 years in a row, and I'm so glad that we did. For all of high school, we were together. She told me later on that she remembers meeting me. She remembers really wanting to be my friend. She thought that I was so cool and interesting and artsy, and that she kind of just knew from the beginning that we would be good friends. And she was kind of just waiting for me to change up my friend group and let her in and give her a chance. She had been praying that God would provide a best friend for her for a really long time, and she thought that she wanted it to be me, which is so sweet of her. But at that time, I had 2 other best friends, and a little bit like what Alyssa talked about last week, those friends ended up being not the greatest influence. They had a lot of rough stuff going on in their family lives, and they made choices that I really didn't agree with, and choices that were really harmful to me and not kind. And so by senior year of high school, so this is 4 years after meeting Brianna, I kind of had to separate from those 2 friends that I had considered my best friends and give them some more distance and let them grow up without me. So at that point, God really revealed to me as I was thinking about separating from these 2 friends who had meant so much to me that I really needed a friend who, at her core, cared more about Christ and about growing and about morals and about learning and changing, and a friend that could take critique, a friend that could grow, and a friend that was really kind and loving to me, not a best friend that would manipulate me or boss me around, but a best friend that wanted the best for me because she actually loved me. And I began to really see that in Brianna. So over senior year, it's so funny. She invited me to go to her prom with her because she had known me for such a long time, and she thought it would be really fun. And she didn't have a date. I didn't have a date. We really weren't cool enough to have boyfriends at that point. But she invited me to go to prom with her, and I remember we had such a fun time dancing and laughing and being together, and she told me that she really considered me one of her very best friends and that I was someone she really looked up to because she could tell that I was serious about my relationship with God. And that's pretty much when I knew that she was going to be the type of person I wanted to be lifelong friends with. If you had asked me freshman year when we were complete polar opposites, I don't think I would have even thought that it was possible to be that close with her. But because of her faith and her commitment to Christ as I grew up and matured, I saw that that was the most important thing to be looking for in a friend. And I think it would be so great if you could start those types of deep friendships now. Right now, today, I've known Brianna for over 12 years. We went to prom together, we went to college together, and we got to be roommates. We both went through dating our first boyfriends together. We both met our husbands and got married within a couple months of each other. We got to be in each other's weddings. And the amount of time she has invested in praying for me and loving me and encouraging me and sharpening me has just been overwhelmingly a blessing. She is one of, other than my family, she is the most constant person in my life. And I'm so glad that she prayed so long that God would give her a best friend. And I am so glad that I was brave enough to step back from those other two best friends that I had in high school and realize they weren't healthy for me and they didn't actually love me, that they were a bad influence, and choose to spend more time with Brianna and get to know her more because she was a good influence. I wouldn't be the person that I am today without her, and I know that Jesus really used her to lead me and to grow me. So I would really encourage you to just think for a couple minutes about the people that you're closest to. I really believe that you become who you spend your time with. You become like the people that you spend your most time with. There's a saying, I don't know where it comes from, that the 7 people in your life who you are closest to are the people that you are going to look the most like and act the most like and be the most like 10 years from now. Now, 10 years from now seems really far away, but if you look at the people around you, are those the type of people that you want to become? And if they're not, maybe it is time to really take to heart what Alyssa said last year, and also to just pursue friendships where you know that Christ is the center of their life, that that's something they're working towards and it's something that you're working towards too and something you can share. So I hope that that's encouraging for you all, and give Eric a little bit of a hard time for me tonight. I wish I could be with you in person, but I have a small group on Zoom, and actually Brianna's in it, so we're throwing a baby shower for a friend. But hopefully I'll get to come and join you another time.